Welcome back, Otter Pops. So, I am currently working on making this video for you guys where I show you how to make this simple little dress with a pattern that I have available free on my website. The pattern is for 1/4 / MSD size dolls, and it might fit differently depending on the doll. I have multiple different sizes and I try to make something that could fit on most of them. But depending on how large someone's arms is or how wide the doll is and stuff like that, it'll fit differently and you might need to make tweaks. This pattern is fully free and available in my shop. You can download it from there if you want to, and it's just free for anyone to use. You can use it for sales, but I prefer if you give me credit for the pattern. The pattern is super simple. It's one pattern for both sides, and it comes in, I believe, 3 different options. One is slightly wider, one is a little bit longer, and then we have the standard size. They all have some simple pattern instructions. I am so sorry. By the way, my hair looks like poop, and I need a haircut. Please ignore how my hair looks. So you print it on a standard A4. I don't have it adapted to any other sizes at the moment, simply because this is a free pattern. I haven't had the time to work on it even more, and it actually still carries my old business name, Vicky Love Studios, instead of the ShopLikeNoOtter name. You're not allowed to resell the actual pattern, but you may use it for like commercial use, selling clothing made with the pattern. If you really want to, just credit me. You have to cut it out from the paper. I have the black line, which symbolizes how much fabric you should cut, and the gray line to symbolize about the seam allowance. However, if you need more or less seam allowance or want to tweak it, go ahead. These half circles mean that it's on the fold of the fabric, which is why it says fold. And this is a tunic / thigh long dress design. I call it a skater dress because it's similar to the skater dress designs that I already sell. And it's super simple. You can always change the neckline however much you want. You want a deep V-line, go for it. You want it closer, want to make a turtleneck, do whatever you want. You want to make the arms longer, do it. I don't really care what you do with this pattern that much because this is an old one and it's for free. With that said, that pattern makes this little dress. It's very simple, and it's only 2 pieces of fabric and a little bit of sewing. If you don't like sewing hemmed edges and stuff, you can just sew 2 pieces of fabric together that doesn't fray. You should use a stretchy fabric for this pattern, simply because it doesn't have any closings or anything, so if it's not elastic, you're most likely not going to be able to get it on the doll. Or off the doll, depending on how you make it. With that said, I am going to show this on a doll, and I'm also going to show you how I actually make this. So, after a very brief intermission, I have put the dress on a minifee. So with the neckline that I did it ends up being off shoulder on a minifee or look very odd. Again, you can adjust the neckline depending on what doll it is, and if it is for, say, a minifee, you might want to make the neckline tighter. It is very simple. As you can see on the doll, it isn't the most flattering dress ever, but it's something so that your doll doesn't sit there naked. And when you use it like this, it actually flows pretty cute. And as you can, whoop, I'm sorry, I haven't handled her in a while. And as you can see, it goes about neck length and has a very childlike shape. Again, this isn't the most flattering dress, but it's very cheap, aka free, as long as you have the fabric and tools yourself. And it is quite beginner friendly, again, since it's only 2 pieces and you only have to match them up. Something you need to keep in mind, depending on the fabric, is what's the inside or outside of the fabric. But other than that, it's free-for-all sewing. So, with the dress shown off like this, I will probably insert some pictures at the end, showing you like this dress styled on a doll, more than just, you know, this. But first off, I'm gonna tell you how I made this dress. First and foremost, you have to start with printing out the printable. Then we cut it out. Boom, magic. Read the information. Find a suitable stretchy fabric and get it ready. You fold it, put the pattern on, and you pin the pattern in place. I'm going to show you how you do it right here, right now. I'm very sorry for my birds in the background again. They will never stop screaming, no matter what I do. Once it's all pinned, you start cutting it out, following the black line, and trying your best not to cut the actual paper or your fingers. I have this fabric double folded, so I cut both pieces at the same time. You cut out the neck and you unpin the fabric and paper from each other. You end up with two perfectly lined up pieces. And you can then start with either using pinking shears or normal scissors to make a couple of darts so that the neckline doesn't get any wonky when you stitch it closer later. You do the same with the arms, making a couple of small darts at the crease of the arms, just slightly, just so it doesn't get any tight spots. Now we move to the sewing machine, and with straight stitch, just stitch right along the top of the sleeves. You can also hand stitch this, but I am lazy and run a business, so hand stitching isn't really my MO. Here you see me stitch the other sleeve as well, meaning that we're gonna do the neckline after both of the sleeves. If you prefer, you can do one arm, then the neckline, but I prefer to do it this way. Then we get it all in place. You can use pins or anything, but I don't because I live on the wild side. I use a zigzag stitch all along the neckline because it gives it a little bit extra stretch. With that said, you can see that I turn around and do one continuous long stitch along the entire neckline until I get to the end and close it off. Then I use a zigzag on the sleeves as well to hem them and make sure that they can fit comfortably on the doll. I do this to both sleeves, and then it's time to do a little bit of cutting and pinning. After pinning, or in my case just holding these things together, I did mess up a little bit. I stitch all along the bottom of the sleeve to the end of the skirt. I turn everything the right side out after doing this on both sides, and then it's time for the skirt. You can use a straight or a zigzag stitch depending on the fabric you use. I'm using a straight one, and then you just hem in the edges, aka you fold them in a bit and just stitch all the way around. I like to do this as one continuous stitch because it looks better. After the fact, Tyler here. I'm holding the phone, so I'm sorry if it's shaky. I just recorded everything and I hope it made sense. I'm not going to put in any pictures at the moment because I don't have the time for a proper photo shoot with a doll at the moment. I have multiple commissions to sew. But I just wanted to tell you guys that that's about how I make that dress. It may not have looked incredibly good. I would have classed that dress as slightly above B grade, but not far off. The seams weren't perfect and everything, but I just wanted to show how basically anyone with a sewing machine can do it. You can, again, hand stitch, but I don't have the time to actually show you how to hand stitch an entire dress right now. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my birds for giving their feedback and talking the entire time. I love that. And I really hope that you have a great day, and if you actually do anything with this pattern, I love for you to tag me on Instagram at @LikeNoOtter _shop, or send it to me or anything. I really love to see what you guys make with this pattern. Have a wonderful day, Otter Pops. Bye!